All right, entering Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Church of the Mountain Hikers Hostel in Delaware Water Gap, Pennsylvania, not Delaware. So, yeah, church hostel, donation-based, bathroom, couches, heat. There's a bunk room. I'm the only one here because it's the off-season for Thru-Hikers. Bunk room, and there's a shower. So, thank you guys so much for doing this. This is really, really cool. Got the whole place to myself, but it's nice. You can charge up, warm, sleep. The trail is just like a bunch of rocks. Not the whole state, but a good chunk of it, and they're all like loose rocks, so it's just more challenging when you're stepping on it. You gotta like step on the points and balance and use the poles. So, looking forward to getting out of this part of the state. Gotta be kidding me. Another wasp nest? Ugh. Alright, here it goes nothing. Oh, I survived. This is the warning on the other side saying up ahead on left. No sting this time, unlike Massachusetts. At Wind Gap, PA, and this area, PA, is very dry. So I just got off the trail and on a quest for water. So if I see someone outside their house, I'll ask if I could fill up with their hose, but there's some businesses down here. I'll be good. This is a 0.6 mile spring trail to water, and it's down 500 feet. This is the most out of the way I've had to go to get water, but it's dry in Pennsylvania. Another Pennsylvania sample. Follow the white blazes along here, and then just gotta keep going. Gotta watch every step, because you don't want to misstep here, because woo! Look at this view. It's just sick. We're gonna be going right down there. Think a little road walking. There's an airport there. Be cool if a plane came in right over me. Guess that plane took off recently. Cool. Just a little update on the waterproofing spray I put on my tent and pack. It really didn't help out. The tent still got soaked through, and even after shaking it still absorbs and holds the water. There's a little beating on the top, but not enough to make the difference. And same with the pack. A little beating on the top, but still got soaked through. So, yeah, so I wouldn't recommend it. I have had luck with waterproofing stuff on a Gore-Tex jacket that I have. That worked like amazingly well. It wasn't the same stuff. It was something made for Gore-Tex. Yeah, it was a Nick Wax wash-in. No, spray-on. Yeah. Humongous bee's nest at the shelter. I will not be spending the night here. I don't want to mess with those guys. Just taking a rest. For the first time on the trail, I've had shin splints. I think that's what it's called, but when like your shin here, from like hiking, it gets sore and starts hurting. I've had like little signs of it, but I've been able to just like, it hasn't stopped me from hiking, just maybe slow down a little bit, but today was the worst that I've had. I was probably slowed down to about a quarter or a third of my normal pace, and I actually had to stop. That's why I'm resting right now. I just couldn't go any further. So I'm gonna. It's still early. I think it's still like 1 or 2 o'clock in the day. So I'm just gonna rest for probably a couple hours, and then I'll go on and camp somewhere like a mile away, somewhere close, and get water. Look who I found in my tent. I have no idea how he got in here. I'm usually pretty good with closing the screen thing when I leave. He must have slipped in, or he's on my pack or something, but startled me. Jeez, I gotta get him out now. I just want to talk about my quilt here and like moving the down around. So there was a cold night recently. It was around like mid-30s, and this is a 10-degree quilt, and I've slept in this down to 10 degrees. And basically, when it was in the mid-30s, I felt colder than I expected. So I began looking on Enlightened Equipment. They're the manufacturer of this quilt. I began looking on their website. So basically, a quilt, the way it insulates you is there's down feathers all in these baffles right here, and they trap your body heat. They trap that warm air and keep you warm. But over time with use, the down can actually shift and kind of cluster up in certain areas, and then create cold spots. So it can decrease the temperature rating of your bag. So they have a nice thing on their website which tells you like how you can address this. So one of the easiest ways is you can put it in a dryer on no heat and put some tennis balls in there, and that'll kind of like break up the clusters. But what else you can do is you can shake it, which I did, but didn't quite do it. So I'm going to take my headlamp here, and if I put it under, you can actually see like the down feathers right there. But you'll notice, so look at the brightness of the light. Like this is a cold spot, and if I move it over to like here, you see you can barely see that light right now, and here you can see it really bright. So this theoretically should be all even. These are baffle walls, which keeps the down in place. So basically, like this is kind of all one piece here, as far as I know. You can see it going around. So sometimes it gets clumped up. What you do is you lightly brush your hand over like that, and that moves the air inside of there, which therefore moves the down. So I'm going to spend some time working on this and see if I can restore the temperature rating of my quilt. So I mentioned about the shin splints I was getting on my right shin. So I only hiked like 5 miles yesterday. And so I took it easy in town and spent the night here, and I've been putting ice on it and doing some like range of motion exercises. It's still bothering me, but I'm gonna go back on the trail and I'll see how it goes. Also, I think I'm pretty set on not hiking at night anymore. I did it a couple nights ago because I was trying to get somewhere, and it's not fun. Like, especially in Pennsylvania when it's rocky and the rocks are wet. Like, it was much more of a challenge than I thought. Like, first having to like find your way, which was hard, and it was super foggy. So like the headlamp it would just like, fog up everything. So I was like holding it down low, kind of like fog lights go in your car, to try to find the way. There were a few times when I couldn't really gauge where the next white blaze was, but it was just sketchy at night with the rocks, and they're slippery, and making the right steps, and then all the noises at night, they kind of freak me out. I just feel more comfortable hiking in the day, but it's challenging now because it's November and the days are a lot shorter. Usually I would like sleep in and like take my time in the morning, not leave till 9:30, and I still would have time to do 15 to 20, but I can't do that now. I have to get up like when it's still basically dark out. So I've been getting up like 6 o'clock, 5:45, be able to get moving like 7:30, and then if I hike until 3:30, that basically gives me enough time to set up camp and eat before it gets dark. So it gets dark early, but I can do, if the terrain's decent, I can do 15 to 20 with daylight hours. So it's still working, I just have to get up earlier. A lot of cool trains here. I don't know if this is some historic thing or if they're operating, but it's just a cute little area. There's picnic tables there. Snow is here. Early November, mid-Pennsylvania. Woohoo! Oh, look at this view here. It's like 9 a.m. Pennsylvania countryside. There's perfect visibility. It's cold, but the air is clear. Oh, just an ultralight tip. When it's really cold, you can use socks as gloves. So I carry 2 socks, one on my feet, and these are kind of like a backup or gloves when it's cold. And it works well. Tonight it's going to get down to 21 degrees, which is the coldest that I've had since probably March or April, I would say. But I feel good, I'm prepared.